It felt lonely and miserable. The Scots left Hampden in despair. But the Tartan Army are ready to do battle again after the long journey south, and they are full of optimism again. It is not over yet.
But I just worry where our goals are going to come from, and I just felt in the second half, you know, England were 2 up. They were really in control of the situation. It was at a tempo that suited them, and Scholes was the difference between the two sides.
It's actually, Graham, what you feared, but in truth what you expected, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm the same as Charlie. I couldn't see where Scotland were going to hurt England. I mean, they have a great chance here. That really should have made it 1-1. It wasn't chances missed by Scotland. Although that was very important, it was the timing of the chances. You know, they go 1 down, have a great chance to equalise. They go, you know, England score again, and on the back of that immediately, within a minute, Scotland had a chance to get themselves back into the game again. Disappointing for them. They had 2 real punches on the nose on Saturday. I just hope they come out here tonight and do themselves justice.
Can we remind you, Ray, how you left Hampden?
You're going to?
Yes. Not a prayer, you said, the Scots. Have you changed your mind?
No, I haven't, Richard. I think England will do a very professional job on them this evening, as they did on Saturday. I thought we didn't play well on Saturday, but we did a very professional job on Scotland. And I think they'll do exactly the same this evening.
I have to say, viewers, that my old mate here was as flat as I've seen him for a long time at around 4 o'clock on Saturday. You feeling any better now?
I'm getting there. I think, like Charlie, when I arrived here today, Martin, I was still a bit flat. Still think it's going to be an enormous task for Scotland to get anything from the game. But I just hope the atmosphere's building, players will respond, and I'd just like Scotland to win the game. I think if they do that and they concentrate solely on that and forget about it's 2-0 in aggregate and they need so many goals, they concentrate on winning the game and they actually achieve that. That would be a huge shot in the arm for the players and the fans that have come down. But make no mistake, if Scotland turn this around, it would probably go down in history as the biggest shock between these two sides has ever been.
Yeah, I'm sure that's right. Are you happy with the way Craig Brown's, well, there's one change in force, although we weren't sure who he was going to bring in. He's gone for Neil McCann and Callum Davidson in on the left side.
I'm happy with both players he's brought in, Martin. I don't think there's a problem with that. I, like Charlie, would like to have seen Paul Ritchie move from left wing-back to left centre-back. I thought Christian Daly struggled, gave away too many silly and stupid free kicks. On that left-hand side, Scotland's left, it invited pressure with Beckham's ability. And I think Paul Ritchie played as well against Beckham as he could have done. So I would actually have liked to have seen Paul play there alongside Colin Henry's naturally left-footed as well. But apart from that, I think Craig's done everything he could. I don't think he should be reckless in the opening 20 or 30 minutes.
You called him cautious earlier today. I called him crafty. Time not to be cautious, surely.
Well, it was interesting to listen to his interview with Davey just a few minutes ago, when he said the time to throw caution into the wind and be cavaliers at half-time if we need to. I to a certain extent agree. I mean, people are saying Scotland need an early goal tonight. For me, I'd rather see Scotland score with about half an hour to go, as long as England haven't scored before then. Because I think if Scotland were to get one about the hour mark and make it 1-0, for instance, then I just think we'd have a real edgy half hour from England, and maybe a surprise, but that's a big maybe.
Well, England looking to build on a magnificent result at Hampden. Let's go back to Richard.
And we are getting news of a possible 10-minute delay because of crowd congestion outside the stadium. I understand the fans are being told now. That just adds a little bit of extra spice to the occasion, doesn't it? Sit there, boys, for 10 minutes. There'll never be another one like this between England and Scotland in this stadium. Better make it good, gentlemen. And on a crisp footballing night like this, an occasion like this, when you step out as England manager and walk round that cinder track there, how do you feel?
I think the proudest man in the country. Because I remember my first match here. And I remember saying to Don Howe, and Don Howe had more experience than me in the England scenario because he'd worked for Ron Greenwood before me. And I remember walking along the dog track and saying to Don Howe, the club is fantastic. He said, Bobby, he said, we are the best. We have the best supporters there is in the world. Make no mistakes. And that day, that hit home to me. Now everybody thinks they have the best supporters. The Spanish do, the Scots do, the Italians do, but it's right that we think that as well, isn't it?
Absolutely. And when you lead a Scottish team out here, Graham, against the old enemy. How does that feel?
Well, I think it's very similar if you're, if you're captain of your country, or if you were lucky enough to manage your country. The feeling that must give you. As a player, the captaincy comes into play when you walk out the tunnel and you're introducing people. The minute the whistle is blown, you're a player, and that's all that matters. You don't see yourself as a captain after that. But it's a fantastic honour, and to come out here, we're up here looking at it. It's not going to be like this for much longer. This is a fantastic.
Like this, you're absolutely right. Was there something that you might just deliver, quite a little word here and there, if you saw nervous players in a dressing room prior to an occasion like this? As a captain?
Yeah, I think you always, as a captain, whether it was at international level or club level, and someone was just new to the bigger games, I think you say, go out and enjoy it. You want to play at this level for the next 10 years, because you're a young player. You want to play at this level for the next 10 years, perform, enjoy it. You must enjoy it. That's the first thing. You must enjoy these games. You cannot play, if you're a big player, playing enough big games like this.
If you're a big player.
You've no right to be here unless you're a big player. And this place will find you out if you're not a big player.
And it has, of course, one or two.
It's found out a hell of a lot of people.
It was England who had to run the gauntlet of the atmosphere at Hampden on Saturday. Now it's the turn of the Scotland players to try and stand tall when their fans are very much in the minority, as Colin Hendry leads out the visitors at Wembley. "75 years now since Scotland first set foot on Wembley's famous turf. This their 30th and almost certainly final visit to the stadium as we all know it. The plans for the rebuilding submitted yesterday. But Kevin Keegan will never forget Wembley as it is and as it has been in his glorious football career. Craig Brown used to come and watch the Scotland games here when he was a professional, not in the top flight for the majority of his career, but he's very much amongst the top flight of European head coaches, managers, call them what you will.